It was meant to be my birthday. Quiet, simple, nothing extravagant. I walked into the restaurant expecting a small dinner with my wife, maybe a toast, nothing more. But instead of intimacy, I was met with 35 faces staring back at me. A handful I knew, most I didn't. And there she was, standing at the center of it all, glowing as if she had just won a trophy. "It's only 35 people," she said casually, dismissing the scale of it. "Only 35. I replied, forcing a slow, controlled smile that cut through her laughter. "Perfect. I'm going home. You can deal with the bill. I'm not your cash machine." The room froze. Her face went pale. She thought the bill was the problem, but she had no idea the real surprise was still to come. We hadn't always been like this. When I first met her, I was certain she was the one. She laughed at my jokes when no one else did. She held my hand when life got heavy. I gave her everything, my loyalty, my trust, my earnings. We built a house together, made plans for the future. I truly believed it was love. But cracks began to show. The way her gaze lingered on what other people owned. The sharpness in her tone whenever money came up, my money. Generosity, to her, became something she expected. My effort, my sacrifices, they turned into her entitlements. And me? I kept giving, convinced it was love, blind until I realized love had been replaced by calculation. The birthday dinner wasn't the beginning. It was just the surface. Weeks earlier, I found receipts buried deep in her purse, designer labels, jewelry I never bought her, dinners with people I had never met. Always charged to my card. When I asked, she waved it off. "It's just money. You'll earn more." That's when it clicked. To her, I wasn't a husband. I was an account number, an endless supply she thought she could drain. So I stopped arguing. I stopped warning. Instead, I began observing. Every transaction, every hidden purchase, I recorded it all. I gathered statements, took photos, saved proof. Even her messages, laughing with her friends about how she could get me to pay for anything, bragging that she'd bleed me dry if things ever went bad. Each word she typed was another nail sealing her fate. Revenge isn't anger. Anger is messy. Revenge is patient. Quietly, I met with my lawyer. We shifted ownership of everything with my name on it. The house, the car, the accounts, transferred into places she couldn't reach. Assets tucked away in trusts she didn't even know existed. And while she kept spending, smug in her belief I was clueless, I was building a wall of evidence around her greed. So, on my birthday, I played the part. I walked into that restaurant, looked at the strangers she had gathered without asking me, and smiled. When I told her I was leaving and she could handle the check, her eyes widened in shock. She clutched my arm and whispered, "Don't humiliate me like this." But humiliation was kindness compared to what I had in store. I walked out calmly while she scrambled, trying to convince the waiter her husband would return. I didn't. The calls started soon after. At first polite, then pleading, then furious. I ignored them all. By morning, I launched the first strike, an email with a single attachment, a breakdown of her spending, every receipt highlighted, sent to her parents, her siblings, her closest friends, the same people who once told me how lucky I was to have her. By midday, her polished image crumbled. That evening she came home, mascara streaked, voice trembling. She tried to yell, but it came out like begging. "How could you do this to me?" I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "I didn't do this to you. You did it to yourself." I just turned on the lights. Then I handed her divorce papers. Already signed. Already filed. Her name was gone. Off the house, the car, the accounts. "You thought I was your ATM," I told her. "Turns out the ATM shuts down." Her face twisted. Fear, anger, disbelief all at once. She threatened to take me to court, to take half, to ruin me. That's when I slid the folder across the table. All the proof. Every purchase, every hidden debt, every smug message. She didn't have a leg to stand on. Her own greed had already destroyed her. The color drained from her cheeks. The fight left her body. She sat in silence, broken, finally realizing the game was finished. That night I left, not in anger, not in sorrow, but in relief. She once told me, "It's just money." But it was never just money. It was trust. It was respect. It was loyalty. And she counterfeited every bit of it until nothing was real. Now the mask was gone. And everyone saw her for what she was. And for the first time in years, I saw myself clearly again. On my birthday, she thought she could make me pay the price. Instead, I made sure she paid hers. And as I walked away from the wreckage of our marriage, I felt no regret. Only freedom. Only silence. Only victory.